Hey everybody, I'm super excited to have Tim Lennon on here today. So I'll give a little edification of Tim Lennon, past ReMax broker owner, 22 years in a row, highest sales in the world out of Metro Atlanta, and just a great guy, a friend of mine, and excited to talk to Tim about his journey through real estate and then ultimately making a move to eXp Realty. So what did I miss on there, Tim, or did I get it partially right?
No, you got it totally right.
Oh, cool.
The partner, I had a partner when I did it, didn't do it alone.
Yep.
And yeah, 1,200 agents when I left it. So 12 different REMAX brokerages here in Metro Atlanta, and 4.5 billion in sales each year for a long time. So a lot of transactions, 20,000 transactions a year.
Yeah. Billion with a B. That's
B.
amazing. Yeah, congratulations on that. So that's a accomplishment that hardly anyone on the planet will ever make. So I'm super excited for that to happen for you. So we'll talk a little bit about you and your journey. So let's get started with tell me a little bit about your real estate journey and where you started.
Well, I came out of college with a degree that was not anything you get employed with. So I ended up in the restaurant management industry. And after working for a bit in that, I realized that there was too many hours, too unpredictable hours, no money, and real estate looked attractive. So got into real estate and spent first several years with a couple local brokerages, including one called Harry Norman Realtors, which was a top-notch real estate brokerage. Still is, actually. But couldn't make any money selling 40, 50 transactions a year. And REMAX was just coming out of the ground. So I bought a REMAX franchise based on an idea that I'd be able to get 100% commissions, and agents would join me wanting to do the same thing. It took about 7 years for that to actually take hold. And then I spent 22 years at the top. So long time building it. But once you got it going, the wheel going, it started moving pretty fast. So it's pretty exciting.
Yes. So you're an overnight success after 7 years.
Overnight
7 year
success.
overnight success.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and you had a good run there with that 22 years. So if you could go back in time and tell yourself one thing as a new agent, what would that be?
Oh gosh, the hard work. It's actually really a full-time job, and plenty of trainers out there, but it is hard work, and you have to have systems to do it. So I am a big believer in systems, and a big believer in following somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. Don't hang around the office because those people aren't selling real estate. That'd be it.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's solid advice there. So what is the most difficult part, like right now in what you're doing? What's the most difficult part, or what would you tell agents as a solo agent, or as a team lead, or as a broker, or broker, or just we'll be kind of general there. What would you tell agents that? What's the most difficult part of? Maybe we'll touch on solo, team lead, and maybe anything else you want to touch on.
Well, the hardest part is where you're going. So and I'm hearing an echo here. I don't know if you hear it or not, but um, the hardest part is knowing where you're going and having a plan, having somebody to give you some direction. So you've got some kind of a business plan in place is the biggest thing. Um, as a real estate agent, you're the employee, you're the employer, and you don't get paid till you get a sales commission in the bank, not just under contract. It actually has to be in the bank. So you have to figure out your plan, and you have to work, as Mike Ferry says, it's half-time job. Just work every day. Pick which 12 hours you want to work, and you just have to have that plan laid out so that you can get there. And it doesn't matter if you're a team lead, a broker owner, or an individual agent. The plan is going to help you get there, stay on target, help you manage the achievements that you actually are successful with, and the efforts that you aren't successful with. So staying on top of numbers and tracking numbers is huge in terms of what your activity level is based on towards your plan. And I guess the other thing that is probably the hardest thing for me to do is stay consistent with my CRM, staying consistent with a program that actually helps me stay focused on what I need to do every day. So those are three. That's a mouthful right there. That's probably 3 years of training. That would be part of my CRS degree. You're muted now.
Yep, there's a whole lot to unpack with that. We could go on and on about just that 1 minute, taking a deep dive in each of those subjects. But we'll save that for another time. So, how did making a move to eXp Realty help solve your problems or some of the other problems that you see in real estate?
I think the biggest thing is, and I've thought about talking with you about this actually. I think the concept of franchises has come and gone. And while it was a great idea for a long time because you had a brand that you could use, the reality is that even at ReMax, we told people that it was you, the agent, that was actually doing the real estate sales. It wasn't the brand until we got to be big enough that we had a brand. And then when we were a brand, we said, we're ReMax, so use the ReMax. eXp is at the same place. It's nothing about eXp. It's about you as the agent being able to put in place the systems. And one of the challenges as an individual agent or a team leader or a broker owner is you have to figure out which systems to use. And the beauty of eXp is that you have all the systems in place. So I don't care if you're the broker owner or you're an agent, the system's there, you have to plug into it. And then you can plug into all the people that are surrounding you that have the ability to help train you. And it's just, there's unquestionably more support between agents. And as agents, we're all helping each other build this great concept, which is an agent-based benefit program, basically. Get to be able to get to 100% or more in commissions if you're a producing agent, which I like the or more part. And if you're doing 25 to 35 transactions, you're 100% agent at eXp. And then you get to build equity in the program. You get stock in it. You get revenue. If you really want to participate in the revenue share program for bringing on agents and building your organization. So it solves the problem of having all the infrastructure that you have to create on your own. It's already built in.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then come my last question, then we can wrap it up. But what kind of coaching or training are you, or what are you doing right now that you're receiving from eXp that you like the best?
So much. I call ReMax the best. Excuse me. I call eXp the best of what ReMax was on steroids. So I literally am being trained still, and I've done this 42 years. So I'm being trained literally every day by somebody better than me in some capacity in something that they do. And they give it freely. It doesn't cost me a dime. And all I have to do is just give some value back. So if I have something to add to the equation, I've got people all across North America, really across the world, but I tie into North America for the most part, that I can tune into and train, learn, help coach, help share systems, and improve what we do for not just us individually, but for eXp, ultimately for the consumer. So great benefit package for agents overall.
Hey, that's awesome. And I know you're all about helping agents and adding value. So why don't you, if you want to, you don't have to, but just throw this out there. We hadn't talked about this, but you want to give your phone number in case anyone wants to reach out to you, see if that you can answer some questions or be of some help to them?
Happy to. You know the answer to this already. Nobody ever calls. So it's 404-368-2607. Yep. And, if you do call, feel free. You might have to leave a message, but I'll call you back and happy to help.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so we learned that from Michael Reese when he used to do that on stage. And I'm like, I cannot believe he gave out his phone number. And then one time he encouraged me to do it. And you saw me do it in the room with about 120 agents and at the golf place. Anyway, so I was kind of nervous. And then I think I had 2 or 3 call. I know I had more than one. So there's 2, 3, probably wasn't 4. But when I told 120 agents call me, I'd be happy to help them any way I could. I thought, what in the world's going to happen?
Right.
So reach out to Tim. I know Tim, known him a long time. Great guys, biggest wealth of real estate knowledge. One person that I know. So reach out to him. Bet he'll return your call and answer your questions. But we'll end the broadcast here. And thank you so much, Tim, for your time. And I'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
Thank you.